Okay.
Do you take you out?
Can you see the card?
Do you need another memory card thing to go in there? Or?
Well, you have to.
All right. That's all right.
Hello, everyone. We're gonna tonight go over a Nickelodeon cartoon, Ninja Turtles. They're on for kids to watch. They're fairly interesting. They used to be on in the 80s. They've revamped it a little bit. It's a little different. They pulled in from the original. Tonight, what I'd like to do is just introduce you if you haven't heard of them. I'll give you a little bit of background on the Turtles, a little bit of the weapons that they use, the friends and allies that they have, some of the bad guys that they deal with, the general story, and then kind of give you an idea. So if you don't know about them, maybe learn something. If you already know, maybe you'll get a little more interested in them. We'll start with the basic four turtles. Leonardo is the leader of the four. They're a team. He wears a blue mask. His weapons are two swords that he uses. And with being the leader of the team, he's more disciplined. He's more strict on them. He takes his training very seriously. And then we move on to Donatello. He's more scientific. He is very nerdy. He likes to learn. He likes to experiment. His weapon that he uses is a 6-foot staff made out of wood. And then he has a purple mask. Raphael, very interesting character. He's got the attitude on the team. He's kind of rude, arrogant. He gives everybody on there, even his father figure, Splinter, a little bit of attitude most of the time. His weapon of choice is a pair of sais. They look like forks. They're pretty interesting. They're kind of pokey, you know. They're dangerous, but very effective. He uses the red mask, and on the handle of his weapon it's also red. Finally, the youngest or more immature is Mikey. He has the orange mask, and he uses nunchucks. Mikey's a shortened version of his name. His full name is Michelangelo. He's the cuter of the four, I think. I like his little personality. He's very rambunctious. They have allies, like I said. They have friends. Their father figure is Splinter. He started out human. He was mutated from a human into a rat by way of mutagen. It's an alien ooze that turns people, animals into other things. And he started out human, turned into a rat. He took these four turtles and trained them in jiu-jitsu. And he's basically their father figure and friend. Another one of their friends that they developed later on is a person named April O'Neil. She's a teenager that they helped out when her father disappeared. Later they find that she has telepathic abilities that through later findings, the Krang, one of their enemies, had tested and done all kinds of things to her family. She's part Krang, and she developed that through her telepathic abilities were based on what they have done to her and her family. And they develop a friend, Casey Jones, through April O'Neil, who's also a high school student her age, that he doesn't like the mutants. He tries to help out. He's considered a vigilante, and he likes to wear a mask. He has a hockey mask and a hockey stick, and he goes around and he tries to help out. And eventually he befriends the turtles, and he's a crazy character that, just like Raphael, he has a little bit of attitude, but he eventually fits in with them. Leatherhead is from another dimension where the aliens come from. He was experimented on and has a bit of an attitude, but with reason. He was experimented on to the point that he's resentful towards the aliens that did so. But Mikey is such a friendly person, or turtle, that he befriends the turtles and helps them out. And he comes and goes throughout the cartoon series and is helpful to them. And pretty good mutant. There's some bad ones, but he's a really good one. he uses his aggression to help them. Moving on to a few of the bad guys. One of the major ones is someone that ties back to their father figure Splinter is Shredder. Originally, Shredder and Splinter were friends. They grew up as brothers, sort of, and they ended up fighting over a woman and became enemies in the long run, and he was disfigured, so in the long run they're battling with Splinter through Shredder, who is now a bad guy, leading a Foot Clan who has foot soldiers, which start out as humans, but through the help of the aliens turn into robots to become more efficient and meaner. And then with the mutagen, other members of the Foot Clan become freakier and meaner. Dog Pound started out as a man that had his own dojo and was just a normal mean guy. Becomes a dog kind of person. And then Fishface was a criminal sort, not necessarily disciplined. He was more the underground bad guy. He ended up becoming a fish. Basically, the story goes the turtles are battling to get the mutagen taken off the streets of New York City. The aliens, Shredder, they want to defeat them, make everything better, and they have fun doing it. They like to skateboard, they like to eat pizza, and have fun. Any questions?
Explain mutagen again. I'm not sure. Where did that come from?
Mutagen comes from the aliens that are the Cranes.
And what does it cause them to, what does it do?
It changes where he started out as a human, and when he was exposed to the mutagen, he turned into this dog hybrid person. He's not really a person anymore, but he walks and talks as a person, but he's actually in the form of a dog.
So it's like a radioactive type
Like a
thing?
freaky dog,
Okay,
kind of
okay,
like
okay.
it changes him into.
I was just a little
to a
confused
freak.
on that, but thank you.
Is mutagen a random thing, or is it one of those whatever the last animal you've touched?
It seems to be whatever they've come into exposure, the last animal or thing they've come into exposure to. He happened to have touched a dog. That's the last thing that he touched. If they've touched a bat, they would turn into some bat hybrid, and that would be their freaky mutation is what they would turn into. And it could be an insect or a plant kind of hybrid. There's a creature that turns into a snake or a weed called snakeweed. He's a person. He turns into a giant weed that's fairly tall and has long tentacles.
Where do these turtles live?
They live in the sewers so that people don't see them, and they like to keep their secret down because they're afraid of how people might react to them because they are mutants. They're not normal, so they don't want to react. They don't want to be taken as a science project and cut up and locked away. They want their freedoms too.
So 6 foot tall turtles that walk and talk, eat pizza, skateboard, have surfer dude lingo, and they all come from some alien, almost radioactive goo,
Ooze.
led by a master ninja who turned into a 6 foot rat.
Yes.
Okay, I can buy that. Sounds like a
Awesome,
fraternity in both states.
awesome cartoon. Awesome cartoon.
What kind of pizza do they like?
Any kind of pizza. Mikey likes it grosser than any.
Yeah, sitting on the floor for hours.
Good job.
They're great to watch.
Good job.
Thank you.
Wow, that was the closest I've ever been to my lips. He was going like,
He touched his
he's
tail.
the fastest cat in the whole wide world.